There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Imagineers Disney Podcast. I am your host, Matt, and I am joined, as always, by my camera-adjusting co-host, Susie.
Life is rough. I thought I had it right. We always talk before
right.
the show. Gotta get that angle so I don't look like my head's just floating around.
It's not like you have 5 minutes before this to do that.
I was sharing this to my Facebook page so all of my friends can watch. I'm trying to increase our reach, Matthew. Gosh.
Oh, man, reach is important. Marketing expert right here, Susie.
I do work in marketing.
I defer to your judgment.
I know all the Facebook things.
Yes. Well, it's been a couple of weeks, I think, since we've seen you guys. Last week was just insane. Had some family health stuff going on. Everything's good. Everything's great. But and then I was on a cruise the week before that. And then we were at Disney World the week before that for the 50th anniversary.
I know.
It's just been a busy month.
This time of year, though, it's just so like this weekend was my birthday, and then 2 weeks after is Halloween, and then I have a Disney trip in November, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's like this week the last 3 months of the year is always just like a domino. Like once one falls, it just goes by so fast. It's insane.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Well, welcome everyone to the show. It's great to have you guys as always. Got Michael saying hello.
Hey,
what's up, Michael? Got Nathan on YouTube as well. What's up, Imagineers? Hello, sir. Then we got our friend Michael Vetter. What's up?
Yay! It's been a while. It has been a while.
See you, buddy. And then, of course, our good friend Alex. Off work just in time. Just in time.
Serendipity.
So I'm sure he'll have something to comment about future attractions in Magic Kingdom for the 100th anniversary. But we will see later on in the show.
Yeah.
So
we have some news because today was a big day for Walt Disney World.
Yes. Let's talk.
Literally today.
And I think for the most part, it went okay. It went about as good as I expected it to go. The first time anything like in life, especially with technology, there are going to be some hiccups and bumps along the way, but I think we are all unscathed coming out of all of it. So Genie Plus, the Genie service, because it's more than just Genie Plus. The Genie service officially rolled out today at Walt Disney World, and this includes Genie Plus, and then of course the Lightning Lane. So we could probably do an entire show on everything that we learned today, and maybe we will do that next week. I know a lot of you guys are planning vacations coming up, and that is going to be critical information for you to get the most out of your day in the park or days. So yeah, let's just plan on that. Next week, we have a fun episode for you guys tonight, just kind of loosey-goosey and, whatever.
How is it literally different than every other week?
But next week, we will have a more informative chat with you guys on how to use Disney Plus. So
Genie Plus.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Disney Plus over here on the side. So
there's so many pluses and names. This name just does not make any sense to me, but that's fine.
Oh, that TikTok that you sent me.
Well, there's that too. But if you just heard Genie on its own, you wouldn't really know like what that means. But yeah, I saw a TikTok. I sent it to Matt. And this user said that he has a friend who's a cast member who heard earlier this month a family come up and ask if they could use like their genie pass for an attraction, and they're like, no, that's not open yet. Like we can't do that. That hasn't started. And as it turns out, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, so the Make-A-Wish kids who come to Disney World get a card so they can ride attractions, and that's called their Genie Pass. So
yeah,
that's very confusing.
problematic. So
A little bit.
I wish, with the whole lightning lane thing, stick with cars or something.
Yeah. Yeah. This speedy skippers. I don't know. They didn't ask me, obviously.
Well, I think you could still call it lightning lane.
Yeah, but then there's still like the paid and the a la carte options. I don't know.
I still like Ka-Chow
Oh my
because it
gosh.
hurts my wallet. But anyway,
Oh gosh. All right.
bad jokes. Okay. So
Oh, wait again. Before we get into our thing, we have other things.
we have other things.
We can do those things
Yes,
before
we
the
are.
big thing. Okay.
Wait,
Give me things.
so is the big thing the topic?
The topic.
For tonight? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. This is a pretty big thing. Something we
This is
haven't done
big
before.
things.
Big things, plural. So and someone did comment off, and he is very, very accurate, very, very true in this. Try your best to focus on the show and not the last few innings of this baseball game. This is very true. I may or may not have the Braves-Dodgers game in a separate monitor off to the side. I'm
He
doing my best not to look.
Literally, when I came into our online room that we record in, like I hear this noise and I'm literally like, do I have a tab open? Because like I was watching videos earlier, is like YouTube or something. Nope, Matt's watching baseball.
Yes, I am.
So clearly we prepped exceedingly for tonight.
My Braves are up 5-2 in the top of the 7th, the 2-0 game lead against the Dodgers. I'd love to see my Braves in a World Series again. So hopefully this is the year and that they don't choke. So we will see. All right. So I'm flipping windows because now it is time for our monthly Patreon drawing. And it's a fun one this week, this month, because we are not going to have one winner. We are not going to have two winners. We are going to have 3 winners for this month. So if you guys have no clue what we're talking about, I'll point you to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Imagineers. We have many, many, many patrons who are so generous and helpful with funding the podcast to help keep it going, helping pay for some of these prizes that we give away each month, but also to help actually produce the podcast. So we appreciate you guys to help keep this train moving. And if you want to support the podcast for as little as $2 a month, you can by going to patreon.com/Imagineers. And this also puts you in drawing for our monthly giveaway. So we have so many people now that I think we're going to retire the Mickey Sink because it's just becoming. Plus, moving forward, but maybe not. It's not that pretty, but at least this is going to serve our purpose. So we have a spinning wheel on the internet. So I'm going to pull up the window here real quick and share this screen. So all of our patrons are in this wheel. Now, if you notice that there are some of the pies that are a little bit wider than everyone else's, that's because they are in our top 2 tiers of our patrons, and they get 2 entries each month. So just for the sake of fairness, I have everyone's names, all 33 people here on the list, and I am going to hit shuffle, and I'm going to let you see that it is changing.
I feel like you're doing a magic trick where you're like, nothing up my sleeves.
Nothing up my sleeve. Oh, should we say what we're giving away?
No, let's spin it and do them one at a time. Yeah, because it's fun.
All right, so here we go. We are going to update wheel, and we are ready to spin. So
Spin
third
that wheel.
place, third place winner for this month is Andrew.
Whoa! Awesome. This is so fun. Look at
This
it
is fun.
spin.
So I'm going to stop sharing here real quick. Andrew, my friend, we will be mailing you one of the highly coveted
Ooh.
posters from October 1st, 50th anniversary for Magic Kingdom. They were passing these out at the end
They're
of the birthday.
nice.
Very nice. So we will put that in the mail for you. So congratulations, sir, on that. Okay, so we're going to go back to the wheel.
Wheel of patrons. Okay.
Yay. Okay, and spin again. Second place winner is going to be Jacob F.
Nice. Congrats, Jacob.
Congrats, Jacob. I believe Jacob's a first-time winner. So Jacob is also getting the limited edition poster from Magic Kingdom. And he's also getting a 50th anniversary pin.
Ooh, look at that. Wait,
Yes,
is that the
yes.
one I have? No.
Maybe.
Wait. Yeah, I got two of them. I have this one too. We're twinning, Jacob.
All right, and we'll do this one more time in our grand prize drawing for this month. Spin it again one more time. The winner is Hannah L. Hannah. So
Woohoo!
Hannah is also going to get one more poster. You're like, how did you get all these posters? Well, we had more than one person. So
we also had more than one exit.
Yes.
We came and left the park multiple times.
They were just kind of giving them away at the end. So
yeah.
So you have the poster. You also have a 50th anniversary pen. This one's a little different. It's the castle. I like this one a whole lot.
I like that. The iridescent.
The iridescent. So that's cool. But then you also are going to have one of the collectible park maps from the day as well. So this we only have a couple of. So I'm keeping my personal one and giving away the other one.
Yeah, I have my personal one as well.
So
those were great.
Congratulations to all three of you. We'll be in contact with you and get your mailing addresses and get these out to you in the mail. So, okay.
Oh, thanks, patrons. Look at that.
Appreciate you guys.
All kinds of goodies.
And if you didn't win this month, there's always next month. And I already have next month stuff. And I'm going to give you a hint. It is not Disney related. I just returned from a cruise, and I may or may not have returned with some Virgin Voyages merchandise swag.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea what it is.
Like it
it's
has
practical
use. Yes. For some people, I think so. Okay. Oh, Chip Sundo says, how do I join? I'm gonna put this up one more time for you guys. If you're coming in late, you can become a patron by going to patreon.com/Imagineers. And again, for as little as $2 a month, you get entered into our drawings and you get access to exclusive content from us. So yeah, we love all of our patrons. We thank you guys for supporting us throughout the months and years. So we've been doing this for what?
A little over, well, Patreon for a little over a year.
Right. But the podcast, like coming up on 4 years.
Coming up on 4.
Yeah. Good times.
Wow.
Well, speaking of good times, let's talk about our topic for tonight, which is going to be, let me find the graphic. Where did it go? There it is. What Magic Kingdom attractions will still be there for the 100th anniversary? So we just got back from Magic Kingdom for the 50th anniversary celebration. Right. And we were talking like, it'd be kind of an interesting topic to discuss is, we're doing a lot of attractions that day, or as many as we could. Mm-hmm. We were like, are any of these still going to be around 50 years from now for the 100th anniversary?
Yeah.
So 2071. So I was doing the math. I'm going to be 85 years old. So it's still possible for me, I think.
I'll be 77.
Yeah. Oh, and I am a terrible friend for not mentioning this. Susie just celebrated her birthday
I did.
last weekend.
This weekend, I sure did.
So happy birthday to Susie.
Thank you.
I think you had a great time in Savannah.
I absolutely did. Yeah, it was great.
Yep. So
Feeling old.
yeah,
Dur.
me too. So my birthday was back in September. So I'm like, am I really celebrating birthdays anymore? Like 35?
Yes. Yes.
Sure. So
You're alive. That's worth celebrating.
that's true. Every day is a gift.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So getting lots of happy birthday messages. Chip says happy
thanks,
birthday.
Chip.
And Linda says happy birthday.
Thank you, Linda.
So yay, birthdays. Okay. So back to our topic.
The future.
So what attractions are still going to be there? So we'll just kind of go around the horn or the hub or the wheel and spoke.
Spoke,
design.
yeah.
Spoke. But we do have a couple of comments already. Alex says, hopefully not the Speedway. We'll get to that later and give our thoughts on that. Steve says, none. Everything will be virtual and you'll still need to pay for Lightning Lane. Love it.
And for parking.
Thanks to the last, Steve. That's great.
That's good.
All right. So as everyone should, let's start in Adventureland.
Adventureland. Thank you.
Okay.
People who go to Tomorrowland first stress me out.
Yeah. I mean, I like the left side of the park in general more than the right side. So I start off strong.
Well, and we're also starting off on the side of the park where more of the opening day attractions are.
Right.
So we're going to really load this up first and see how many of these guys are going to make it. Now, that doesn't mean like it's all the original nuts and bolts on the attraction, but the attraction itself. So we're going to talk about, will it still be here? Will it not still be here? Or could it be here, but maybe rethemed, modified? What do we see in our crystal ball from the Haunted Mansion as to what will happen?
Well, I think a good example of that is going to be our first attraction. It's the Swiss Family Treehouse. What do you think? Will it? Whoa, you okay?
Yeah, just sort of weird noise outside. We're good. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. And it'll be gone.
I think it will still be there, but themed for something else.
Mm-hmm. Any current movies or
maybe Tarzan, like Disneyland?
Maybe.
Just a thought.
It takes up a little bit of real estate. I could see that just becoming something entirely different personally.
Yeah, that's definitely possible for sure.
I enjoy it. I enjoy walking up narrow stairs and looking at organs and quilts. I actually really do.
Okay. So yeah, I think potentially it has the potential to still be there, but just under something else. But I think you do bring up a valid point. It is prime real estate.
Adventureland's very tight.
Mm-hmm.
Could be nice to open that walkway up a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, so let's go to the Jungle Cruise next. What say ye?
I say the Jungle Cruise stays, and I think it almost stays exactly how it is now that it has been. It's recently gone through some updates.
Yeah, I think this will stand the test of time. I think the Jungle Cruise will still be there as well. Maybe modified. We will see.
I almost hope the kitschy technology stays. It plays into the puns and the whole atmosphere.
Maybe. I could see some upgrades on the animatronics. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I think the Jungle Cruise lives. Okay, so next. Tiki Room. Yay or nay?
This is one I struggled with before when I was trying to think them through. I actually think the Tiki Room will stay.
I think it will as well, but I think it will be modified.
Hmm.
I think they will. I mean, they're already kind of
Yeah.
clickety clackety.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's part of the Keys to the Kingdom tour, just
right.
describing the importance of Tiki Room. I think it plays a huge role in the history of the parks and park technology. So I think it stays.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
much of it original that can, I think will still be there.
Yeah. I think it'll be. I think it'll stay, but it'll be modified and upgraded. So maybe the show will stay the same, but
Mhm.
the technology maybe will go. But I don't know. Maybe they will just kind of keep it the way it is, since it's kind of the original
Yeah.
animatronic
Sticking
idea.
up the animatronic and the music.
Magic carpets of Aladdin.
Gone.
There is no way
I'm
this thing stays.
so surprised. I'm so surprised it's still there.
I
There
mean,
are
it's already
3 copy and paste rides in Magic Kingdom. This is one of them.
yeah.
And of the
I
3, this one's the most likely to go.
I mean, it's already like crying to be put out of its misery with with the
Yeah, and since they moved, Aloha Isle over where it is in this corner, that whole circular area and then the exit for the tiki room, it's a mess. It just takes up way too much space.
yeah. And we just watched the opening day video for Magic Kingdom, and it's so open. That
Yeah,
whole dance number in that courtyard area,
right.
crazy. Yeah. Okay, moving our way around. Pirates of the Caribbean
Stays
stays. I think that one's
100%.
easy. But again, maybe with some modifications. Who knows? Maybe in the next 50 years, they find another Jack Sparrow.
Can we not with these movies? Please stop making them.
But we'll see. Yeah, I think pirates in some form or fashion will still be there for sure.
Right, right.
Okay, so let's keep going back. Splash Mountain.
So this is why we talked about modification, because Splash Mountain is changing in the next few years here to the Princess and the Frog ride. And I think that one has staying power. I think she's a being more and more integrated into the parks as a princess who deserves the recognition that she deserves. So I think that the remodel with Tiana will be there in 50 years.
Yeah, I think it has the potential for staying power as well. So we'll just have to see how popular the attraction is, how good it is.
Hmm.
If they keep if the Tiana and Princess and the Frog attraction is on the same level of quality as the Splash Mountain as far as animatronics and music
Hmm.
and everything, which may or may not happen, I think the potential is higher for it to stay. We'll just have to see. So
Yeah.
kind of a wait and see for me, but yeah, we'll guess we'll find out in 50 years. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
It stays.
Yeah,
I think it gets a technology update just to be a little bit more, because that was rough. You compare that to like Seven Dwarfs. So I think the actual like hardware and everything needs a little TLC over time, but I don't see how you can get rid of that. It's so big.
yeah, yeah. It's much more than just a ride. It's like the environment itself
Hmm.
is so integral to Frontierland. I think
Yeah.
it would be very, very difficult to get rid of that completely.
And the
Um,
visuals, you can see it from
yeah,
all different angles. So whatever, if it were to be replaced, it would be a challenge to fill up those sight lines and as such an iconic way.
yeah, I agree. Okay, Tom Sawyer Island.
This is gonna hurt the 9-year-old in me. I think it gets rethemed. I think it stays, but I think it gets rethemed. I'm not going to get into details, but let's just say people don't care about Tom Sawyer anymore,
Yeah,
which is
uh,
sad because it's iconic American literature.
yeah, I agree. It'll be rethemed to something. and maybe not even a retheme, but they may bulldoze that entire island
They
and build
may.
something on it. So I almost kind of wish we would have gotten Princess and the Frog stuff there.
It almost would make more sense with the riverboat and being closer to like Liberty, make it a lost
Michael says,
island.
make it a lost island. Well, I mean, Disney does
Just a-
own ABC.
And a random polar bear just shows up for no one knows why.
We'll
Yes.
okay. So Tom Sawyer Island, we agree, is probably going to not exist in 50 years, but
Yeah.
something will be on that island for sure. Danny, I think the Country Bears will be rethemed to the hit 2002 movie, The Country Bears.
Do you not want Barry Barrington coming out and singing?
No, I do not.
All right, so Matt, I'll let you go first on this one. Country Bears.
Look, unless they bring out a Christopher Walken animatronic, unless they do, if they do that, then you can maybe sway me. But if they don't, I struggle with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to stay, of course, but I don't know if it can stay for another 50 years.
I agree.
That grieves me to say, but
if I had,
I will mourn its loss if it happens. But
my guess is it'll be gone between the technology and just I don't know how society will be in 50 years. They may think some of the things aren't, but the whole kitschiness and complete silly pure fun of Country Bears may get poo-pooed on over time. That would be my guess.
Alex says you can always turn Tom Sawyer into Octu. What say ye, Susie?
I say anything from that movie is fine.
Yeah, okay. So Country Bear Jamboree, sadly, I think will not exist.
Oh gosh.
I want it to exist. Hopefully we will be proved wrong. We'll come back 50 years from now and watch this video and reflect on our thoughts, but we'll see. Steve. Oh, I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong person. Steve says the Country Bears best showing was in the 50th. 100% agree. We had an amazing show that day. We sang Happy Birthday to the Bears. I need to post the video of that because I have pretty much its entirety. Of that, but it was so much fun.
I just want to say we have a video of our recap kind of time during the 50th on our YouTube. And I was watching it, and if you get to the part, there's a clip of us singing Happy Birthday to the Bears. Matt is sitting next to his wife, Becca. You can hear Becca singing. I just want to go ahead and publicly announce that is not me. Your girl does not sing that good. I was like,
it took a minute to like hone in into like the key everyone was singing in, but
not me. I just did my own the whole time. So that's Becca. She's phenomenal.
Oh boy. Okay. So moving upward into Liberty Square. I think that's everything in Frontierland.
Yes.
Liberty Square. Hall of Presidents.
It stays. It'll be modified because I mean in 50 years we'll have like probably 16 more presidents, somewhere between 10 and 16 more presidents depending on terms and things like that. But I think it stays. I actually really think that stays. I think it's integral to Liberty Square just because it's overtly American.
I tend to agree. But the Hall of Presidents will still be there, but maybe it's presented in a different way. It's a lot of animatronics to squeeze onto that stage.
Yeah, they may go and do some kind of projection thing instead. That'd be cool, actually.
The Muppets present the Hall of Presidents. Come on.
Can you imagine?
That'd be great.
And it's narrated by Sam.
We had a comment very, very early in the show. If actually it was before the show. Let me go back to it. Oh, where did it go? Yeah, here he goes. Alex was like, please let there be more Muppet rides in the next 50 years. Give me Muppets Hall of Presidents any day of the week.
That would be amazing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then just before we move on to the next attraction in Liberty Square, Danny said, I'm surprised Matt did anything else on October 1st. I thought he would just stay with the Bears. I mean, I was tempted. I almost did a multi-show viewing. So
we had to go get our spot for Enchantment, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Haunted Mansion.
100% stays.
100% stays.
And
I don't know if he changed anything.
I don't think he changed anything.
Like it's iconic the way it is. You know, the Pepper's ghost effects, like those effects have been around for what, like
centuries.
200 years?
Yeah.
Maybe not 200 years. Well, I don't know. I can't remember when those, sometime in the 1800s.
1800s, yeah. So by that math, yeah, it'll be over a 200-year-old effect that is very effective.
Yeah. Danny says Muppets overlay with Haunted Mansion. So I have not watched the Muppets Haunted Mansion because I've been holding out for our Discord movie night to watch it.
So, I think this Friday, right?
Next Friday.
Matthew, I have to wait another week.
Another week. It's right at Halloween. I think it's perfect.
What are you doing this weekend?
Homecoming, and not Spider-Man Homecoming. Although that may be a good idea. Anyway, we'll discuss that later at the end. All right. Haunted Mansion stays. Haunted Mansion stays. Okay. Moving over into Fantasyland.
Fantasyland.
Peter Pan
stays.
I struggle with this one. I don't know if it does.
Really?
I don't know.
I feel like out of all of the lands we've been through so far, Fantasyland is the most has the most, not the most iconic attractions, but the most iconic characters because it's so closely tied to movies.
Right. So,
but you're gonna take Peter Pan out and still have what if Tinkerbell is still lighting the castle or flying out of the castle? And
I just wonder if there's going to be classics that, to be honest, are better than Peter Pan in the next 50 years. I think there are.
I won't argue with that. It's not my favorite movie.
I think there are animated movies that are better than Peter Pan in recent memory. So I don't know. I could see this going away, and I don't really have that much of an attachment to the ride. I know a lot.
I don't either, but I could be talked out of that, but I do think it stays. We'll see.
Yeah. Small World
stays.
100% stays.
There's no. Could you imagine?
Yeah. No, there's no way.
And I don't think anything is updated at all.
I think they could potentially add the characters like they did in Disneyland, but nothing in that ride is changing that ever.
And that's the entire point of Small World is that we're still all, united and it's a small world.
Carousel. Prince Charming's.
It has to stay.
I agree. I think they'll maintain that thing until as long as it takes. It'll be a classic. So already is. Okay, so let's go with
which way are you going? Because
let's keep moving laterally. So let's go with Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
I say no.
I don't think so. I love Pooh Bear, but it's already shown that spot's replaceable.
Yeah, for sure.
That track is replaceable.
Mr. Toad.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could easily turn that into whatever you want, and I guess it's the type of attraction that it is. It's essentially not cardboard cutouts, but I mean, the sets are simple enough to change. So,
or not just even retheme. That entire ride could just become something else completely. Not even keep that same track with the bouncing and the turning and the
teacups.
Stay.
I think that's pretty simple. Okay. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
This is an interesting one because it's newer. But I do think it stays. I think Snow White is too important of a character in Disney history to I know she's already left. She's already had an attraction that has, been killed off. But I think this one stays.
Yeah, yeah. I think I was on the fence for it a little bit because I'm like, okay, how popular is Snow White going to be 50 years from now? But it does, I mean, it is the original, and it is a pretty substantially large footprint
Yeah.
with a relatively intricate design for a
Yeah.
ride. So
It could only be replaced with another coaster. They couldn't put a building there. The sight lines would be horrible.
yeah, I think Seven Dwarfs will stay. So I skipped one over. Thank you, Michael.
I was wondering I didn't know if you wanted to circle back around, but Michael is correct. Philharmonic is gone.
Yeah, Filler Magic.
Philharmagic.
Yeah, Filler Magic's
Whatever.
gone. Whatever.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's
Canceled.
already been like 3 things, so they'll find something to do with it in the next 50 years. The question is what? So it is theater style.
Mickey
I think
show?
I think you could stick with that idea, but switch out the film.
Mhm.
Kind of like what they're doing now. They're adding Coco to it. So I think that could potentially work. Just adding as the years progress, but I always appreciate fresh ideas. So
Be nice to
potentials
have
there.
some Mickey love. Maybe
No.
something more Mickey focused.
Enchanted Tales with Belle.
No.
No.
And I love Belle, and this is such a precious thing, but there's nothing to it. It's a room with Belle and
It really
cardboard
is.
cutouts.
Yep. So yeah, I agree. I think you could easily replace that. I mean, it's cool. It has one of my favorite effects in the Disney parks, but yeah, I think that doesn't last 50 years. Same thing for Under the Sea.
Yeah.
That's what I'm moving.
You think that goes? Because that's a whole that entire back area is very deep. I mean, you're gonna have to they've got stuff in the
That's true.
ground. That's a lot of overhaul.
I think Ariel has enough popularity where I think it could stay. I think it could go either way.
Yeah. I mean, she's not my favorite princess, but it's like the music is more, I feel like, iconic even than she is.
Yeah.
But then it's another opportunity for a meet and greet, and we've got a lot of princesses in Fantasyland. So I think Little Mermaid stays.
Yeah. Okay. Moving into Big Top. All right. Dumbo
Stays.
Agreed. No changes.
No.
Obviously, they'll get new parts and stuff. I mean,
Right.
because I mean the new design. I love the new design compared to the classic still. So
Yeah. And the queue is great. That whole little area is actually
it was
really
a great
good.
idea. Goofy's Barnstormer.
I think it gets rethemed. I think you have to keep a kiddie coaster because of the nature of this area, but I think I just don't understand. I don't even currently understand why Barnstormer makes sense in with Circus. I see what they're trying to do. I think it's a stretch.
Yeah. Ooh, Michael thinks that Ariel will be changed to match the live action Ariel. I guess I think that all depends on how the movie does. So
Well, and I was just thinking when we were talking about that, I love The Little Mermaid, and I don't agree with people who just want to again poo-poo on everything. But once I saw the "But Daddy, I Love Him" hat that they were selling, I was just like, okay, maybe there are some problems in The Little Mermaid, but
oh man,
it's a fish story. Whatever.
Okay, so let's move. That's it for Fantasyland, I think.
Yeah.
So let's move in Tomorrowland. Let's start with the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Bye.
There is no way. It takes so much real estate.
So much.
You could do so much in that area.
So, a real quick explanation if for people who don't know, this is not spoiling anything from the Keys to the Kingdom tour, but the way that an attraction works is where you go in, like the facade is not what houses the actual attraction. The only thing like that is maybe like Spaceship Earth or I guess Space Mountain to an extent, but you for a dark ride, you go in and there's a big building that actually houses the attraction and you don't see that. They are very smart with their sight lines. There is so much space here. They could build another entire building to house an attraction and a facade and a queue, and you would never know.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe 2
it's going to be
attractions.
maybe two. It's going to be something completely different.
Yeah. So goodbye, Tomorrowland Speedway.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah. Let's do the easy stuff first. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Nope. I agree. I don't think that will be around. Something will replace it.
It's fun, but a new IP will replace it.
Alex going back to the Speedway. Fozzie and Kermit moving right along from the original Muppet movie replaces the Speedway. So Tomorrowland.
There's a giant fork in the road.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. Okay, so Monsters Inc. Yeah, I don't think that's there. Same goes for Buzz Lightyear.
I agree. I don't even think it stays a shooting game. I think this one just gets a complete gut and is something different.
I wish
Say it.
Tomorrowland is so difficult, much like the original idea for Epcot. Technology is just so out of date so soon. It's hard to do a concept with it that is there for very long.
Well,
and that's expensive.
The vibe for Tomorrowland to me still feels like if you asked someone in the 50s what they thought the future was like, it would be this, right? It looks like that mid-set, like I feel like the Incredibles movies kind of have that stylized, like Americana, like what is the future look like? And it's all very sleek. Again, that like mid-century look to it, like the, the 60s or something like that. So I think that is you either go way far off in the left field and redo the whole thing, or you have a weird little niche that you have to fit things into, and that's hard.
Yeah, very difficult. So no Laugh Floor, no Buzz Lightyear, Astro Orbiter.
Again, this is the third attraction that's the exact same thing. This one's just higher up. And I hate this ride, but I'm going to say I actually think it stays because I don't know why to get rid of it. It's up in the air.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps it alive. Its uniqueness and that it gives you the view that high up. And it's
you can't retheme it because it's so visual. So you don't want to do a movie that's going to lose interest in 5 years for something that's so, clear as soon as you come in the land.
Yeah. What about the People Mover?
That stays.
I hope it stays.
What? You think it could go? It's everywhere.
I mean, I thought the one in Disneyland. We thought the one in Disneyland was going to stay too, but
I mean, you got to shut down all of Tomorrowland at different, because it touches everything.
Yeah, and it's one that I think it could potentially close, and then nothing takes its place.
Wow.
It just becomes too expensive to operate.
Maybe we get little pods that we ride around in. I don't know.
We'll see.
Wow, that would be sad.
Okay.
No People Mover.
Carousel of Progress. Whoop, she's taking a drink.
I think it stays.
Okay.
I think they, over time, will have to modify the script and add another room or two. But I know we talked in our 50th episode that Disney World kind of seems like Disney had almost like forgotten its roots in some ways at the 50th. This has Walt's handprint all over it. I just don't want to see that go. And if it does, it's not just because of footprint. It's more symbolic of a culture change that scares me.
Yeah, I agree with Swansea Searcher. Carousel stays, but it's updated.
Right.
So we will see. And David Dollar is commenting back a little bit. He goes, "Watch your mouth, Alex Weeks. Phil Magic should never leave."
David
So,
freaking loves that though. He loves Magic. He's one of like 2 people I know that enjoy it.
yeah. Okay, a couple more attractions. 3 more attractions, I think total. Yeah, I think that's it for everything. So Space Mountain.
Okay. It stays.
Yeah, I think it stays. It gets some modifications, it gets some upgrades, but
I think it gets I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I think well, no, I'm not gonna say that because there's an attraction that's about to open. Never mind. I think Space Mountain basically just technology in terms of operations of the ride changes, but I think the integrity stays the same.
yeah. Okay. I agree with you there. All right, so what about Tron?
If it is open.
And technically, should it be on our list since it wasn't open when we went there? Maybe, maybe not, but it's being built.
Well, it
It's being
should have
planned.
in a parallel universe, it would have been open by now if COVID hadn't happened, maybe. Tron stays. I don't know if it stays Tron, but
Yeah.
I think it stays a really cool, futuristic, intense coaster. I don't know if it stays Tron.
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh my lord.
They're reviving it. I mean, it could be a Flight of the Navigator ride. Just throwing that out there. It's going to be it.
You
It's
think
already
Flight
a
of the
classic.
Navigator is more classic than Tron? He doesn't.
Depending on who you talk to.
Okay, well, we're not gonna talk to you. And I don't even like Tron.
Yeah. Well,
I fell asleep.
let's see. All right, last attraction. The railroad
Stays.
stays. So that's not going
Again,
anywhere. Walt
yeah,
loved his trains.
Yep.
It's a vital part of the Magic Kingdom. Looking forward to it reopening as well too. So
I know it's been like 30 years.
yep.
Crazy.
Well, I think that
Wow.
wraps up our entire. I think we said. I'm actually surprised on how many things we think will still be there.
Now, if we were to do this for the other parks, I think it may be a different
Different story.
but I think Magic Kingdom, to a certain extent, has to stay a strong element of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was built for.
Yeah.
So you can't change too many things, but I don't know. Maybe they'll even expand it and we'll get new lands. Or I think they're more likely to do that than to change out some of these classics.
Yeah. And I think we'll have another park by then. So
I do too.
that fifth gate at some point in the
coming.
future. So it's coming. But so yeah, well, that was a fun conversation. So we appreciate y'all's comments as well. A lot of those were
That was fun.
really great. So
Yeah.
thank you guys. We always appreciate all of our listeners and all of our viewers, especially the ones who interact with us every week. If you listen to the podcast and you are free on Tuesday nights, most of the time we do this on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, come join in on our conversation. We'd love to hear from you guys and just chat about what, your comments on the week's episode. So thank you, as always, for supporting us. And we look forward to coming at you next week. But if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. Come check out our backlog of episodes and get caught up if you are just finding us. And if you like the podcast, leave us a rating on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review and tell us what you like. And, tell your friends about the podcast. That's the best way to get our name out there. We appreciate all of our supporters. You're the reason why we do this. We have a blast doing it. I never would imagine 3.5 years ago that we'd be sitting here and, interacting with so many people live.
And booking trips for listeners in Ireland.
Yeah, crazy.
Like we have listeners across the world. Like,
hey, Claire.
hi, Claire. Like, that's so crazy to us.
So yeah, we booked.
We
a
don't
trip
know
to
what we're
Florida.
doing.
We booked.
I
a
mean,
trip
when it
to
comes to
Florida this
travel
week.
stuff,
Yeah.
we
So
do.
So we are also travel agents as well. So we are with Travelmation. So whether you want to come to any of the Disney properties, whether it's Disney World, Disneyland, Alani, Adventures by Disney, we can help you with your next Disney vacation or outside of Disney as well. We do Universal and cruises and all-inclusive resorts. So we are here to make your vacation experience as smooth as possible without any headache to you. So we're
Or
the ones,
cost.
or cost. Yes, it is no extra cost to book with us. Our services come free to you and your family, so you can focus on just packing your suitcase and having a good time. So we go to bat for you. And if there are any interruptions, and we've seen that a lot with COVID, especially,
Yeah.
you're not the one that is on the phone with airlines and trying to process refunds and schedule changes and whatnot. We're the ones that do that for you, so you don't have to. So one of the benefits of using a travel agent. So shoot us an email. Again, our email is imagineerspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know when you'd like to travel and where you would like to travel, and we will be more than happy to get you a no obligation quote that is best for your budget. So yeah. So we talked about Discord. Our Discord on Friday nights, we usually watch a movie. So if Susie is not participating in homecoming activities, I think she will.
Matt and I went to the same high school. No, I don't care.
I'm gonna go see the football game. So Susie's gonna hang back, and we'll have a movie night. You didn't do Under Wraps, right? Or did you?
No, Under Wraps is not on Disney Plus. We did Phantom of the Megaplex. I'm thinking this time we do Don't Look Under the Bed.
Under the Bed. Yes, Don't Look Under the Bed. That's a solid choice.
I like keeping it with the classic Disney Channel original movies because some of them were spooky. This one like messed me up.
Yeah. So Don't Look Under the Bed is very, very scary. Yes. And oh no, what is happening? I'm looking.
What?
Those stinking Dodgers have tied it up in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Oh my gosh. Really?
We'll lose my mind. 5-5. Okay.
I
Anyway,
don't know. I think we just keep going and we just watch your reaction.
You don't want to see my reaction if we lose. So Don't Look Under the Bed this Friday. Muppets Haunted Mansion next week.
Finally. Oh my
And it's going to be great.
gosh.
So come join us on Discord. We do it every Friday night at 8 p.m. So come on Discord and we'll chat about the week's movie as the movie plays on Disney Plus. So, but yeah, it's going to be great. Looking forward to chatting with you guys. And again, we appreciate all of you. Thank you for listening again this week. We look forward to coming back at you next week with another episode. But until then, friends, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.